What up, ladies and gentlemen? You tuned into the Madden Underground podcast. I'm back with my guys, B Guard, Philly guy. What's good, fellas?
Hey man, we just talking a little basketball, but it's football season.
Oh yeah,
It's
definitely,
football
definitely.
season right now. It's you got Madden tournaments popping off. So when is Madden Underground going to throw another tournament?
We got something coming up. We got to make sure we
Okay.
take care of these leagues first. Once leagues the pro leagues are over, then we got the
Yeah.
fantasy league, and then we'll have tournaments. Tournaments kind of roll into the new Madden. That's how we normally
Okay.
do it. We start having those where we give out the free copies and beta codes or whatever we have at that time. But we'll definitely have some tournaments for that coming up after the leagues are over. So once league play is over, we'll definitely have some tournaments. We'll have some just different activities. I know somebody hit me up about doing a tournament with the yard, so we definitely gonna do that. Get 3-on-3. I know Toxic Boys, y'all want to pair up, team up, become the Avengers. Whatever you guys want to do. I know you got MF. That'll be something kind of fun to do during the off season, kind of going into Madden 22. We'll kind of mess with that a little bit after the fantasy league and things like that. So, what's good, fellas?
Hey, Big R, I didn't even brother. I'm sorry. Floor is yours.
Just excited for the tournament that's coming up for the MCS, and seeing what teams we have a new segment debuting this week with Philly guy. I'm excited about that. Gonna probably turn some heads, maybe make some heads explode, but I'm excited to see it.
Definitely, man. We like you said, it's been a big week. It's an extremely large week. If you're a pro player, yeah. So if you're a pro player, it's an extremely large week for you guys. We got a lot of great things coming up. We got the power rankings. I know people are interested to see how those things go, how those things pan out, and things like that. We also have we're going to be announcing the players that made it to the classic from our leagues. We got a lot of players. Actually, surprisingly, a lot of players made it. So you guys will be participating this weekend, right?
Hey man, it was 512. There's 512 that could make it.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna point that out there. That goes for everybody, even people in my crew who didn't make it. If you didn't make it and there's a 512 man cutoff, you're not good enough. Yeah, it's you're not good enough. That's what it is. The game sucks. Everybody knows that. Everybody plays the same game. You gotta look yourself in the mirror. It's on you at this point. It's on you. If you have that mentality, I didn't make it because the game's bad. The game's bad for everybody. Everybody, it's bad for everybody. That's not an excuse anymore.
Is it though?
No.
When
No.
when you can play man coverage and they put out a patch and you can't play man coverage anymore, whose fault is that?
No. Okay. Everybody else can't play man coverage either. Everybody else got the same issues. That's the problem. If your first thought is, damn, game sucks. That's why I lost. Game sucks. I'm sorry, you're not. That's a victim mentality.
I think at the end of the day, right now, it's just all about. I apologize. I know I bothered you there for a moment, but I think at the end of the day,
where did you come from?
I've been here, man. I'm a ghost.
Oh, who are you? What is your name?
I'm a ghost. I'm the ghost of Snipes.
Oh, you Snipes. Oh, welcome to the show, Snipes.
I apologize. I just had a Super Bowl, man. I apologize.
Oh yeah. Well, I just got finished dusting off my Super Bowl ring too.
Oh, that's what you call that? That's what you call that?
I was about to say that's called a Super Bowl ring now.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes, I won the championship.
Okay. That's kudos to your lady then. If you feel if locking her down is feel like winning the championship, kudos to you and her, bro.
Hey man, sometimes it is. Sometimes it is.
Sometimes it's like a life sentence.
Stupid.
I'm just saying.
You got something you want to talk about, Brian?
I got nothing to say.
I think so.
I got nothing to say. But definitely. So we got a lot of news. I definitely want to shout out the players that actually made it to the classic.
Yes.
B-Guard, give them a breakdown of what it took to get there. I know registration opened up on the 5th. The ladder started on the 20th and 21st, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Give us a breakdown.
So, it costs $5 to enter, which at first I thought, man, that sucks. Like the $5, and their excuse was they wanted to prevent people from getting multiple spots. Well, to me, it didn't prevent anybody from getting multiple spots. It just kind of inconvenienced them. Now, I'm not saying anybody did it, but like at first I was like really skeptical of it. You know, I paid my $5, and I think they just did it because they knew we'd pay $5 to play in the tournament.
Definitely.
So, and then you had to play at least 4 games, and you had to win, and you just play as many as you could play as many as you want, but you at least have to get 4 within a certain time frame. Whether you played on PlayStation or Xbox, Saturday or Sunday, like those were the times you were allowed that you could play. A lot of people ended up playing, like, I think the most I saw was like 15 games. I only played 4 because I went 4-0, and if you go 4-0, you're fine. Like, you've qualified, you're going to be good. And if you're streaming your games, you want to play as little as possible.
Definitely.
Like that's because you don't want people seeing what you're doing, what your tendencies are. So now we're waiting for the bracket for the 512-man single elimination tournament. So that'll take place probably for whatever, depending on what console you're on, Saturday and Sunday. It's like if you could qualify for both. I only play my Xbox because I don't like playing my PlayStation that much because it lags with Madden now. So
okay, it's not me.
It's basically whatever seed. Yeah, so whatever seed you're playing, you play the seed that corresponds, whatever. But yeah, it's super exciting. I felt it was really smoothly ran. It's better than grinding leaderboards on the game because you go onto the website, you check where you're at on the leaderboard, and it was really easy. I thought it was going to be really complicated. It was super easy. You report your score. You could upload a screenshot. And I feel that's how they should do qualifying for Madden from here on out. Get rid of the in-game leaderboards for competitive. If you want to keep your tabs on what you're doing in ranked or MUT, fine. But competitive should be on a website where you just check where you're at, where you need to be, and how many games you need to play. Like, there should always be a minimum amount of games that you need to play. Like, if you're in there playing a Madden tournament, you need to play Madden. That's my biggest thing. Like, I know, like a year or two ago, a guy made Dolphins Club Series winning 2 games. He only played 2 games, and I think that's embarrassing. Like, that's a huge flaw in your ranking system within the game, and I think that eliminates that on this website.
Definitely. I had a quick question for you though. There's a lot of guys that are interested in participating in the challenge. They missed out on the classic, right? The challenge starts next weekend, right?
I think so.
Registration opens on the 26th though, so that's day after tomorrow. So that's Friday. You can start registering for the challenge. The ladder starts on the 13th and 14th of March. Single elimination begins on the 20th of March, and the quarterfinals will be on the 21st, and the finals will be on the 28th of March. So if you guys missed out on the opportunity to participate in the Classic, I recommend a lot of you guys that are in the Pro League are in PS4, whether it's PS4 or Xbox, to sign up for it because you're not going to see anything that you haven't seen in the league. The only adjustment you may have to make is playing with the regular teams, like without abilities and things like that.
Well,
right.
Hold on. So the challenge is different from the Classic.
Okay.
The challenge is draft champions.
Oh, draft champions. Okay. That's no
that's
abilities at all.
There's no abilities. There's
Yeah.
no abilities. And you might not even get your playbook. Like that's the thing.
That too.
Like that's so. My advice would be, at least try. Like if you're like one of those dudes who are on the fences about whether you want to go and play, try. Just go and try. Like see where you're at. Like, hey, you may end up making it, and you may end up going into the single elimination tournament. You won't know until you try. Like, you might not be good enough, but you can figure out where you're at. Because, like I said, like a lot of people are going to join. Not everyone in that tournament that we played is a world beater. Not everyone you're going to see is someone who's a pro who plays on the game every single day, 24/7 or whatever. Like, I played 4 games, like I said. One guy I would consider a top tier player that I played, and I beat him. The other 3, not so much. Like, it's just at the, like, you won't know until you try. And another thing is, know what playbooks have what. Because if you have a scheme that's specific to a playbook, figure out what those formations and what books they're in, so you know you can choose and what books go for what. Like, for me, like, I want trips tight end. So I know almost every book that has trips tight end. So that's a thing you need to do your homework on and get used to playing without abilities. That's all I could say.
Yeah, that part. So I guess those of you that are expecting or planning on playing the draft champions, it'll kind of be similar to the fantasy league. If you played in our fantasy league last year, where we didn't have any abilities, that'll be exactly what it is. The only difference will be is that you won't be able to pick the playbook that you'll be playing with. It'll be all random. You have the option of 3 playbooks, right?
Yeah, you get 3 playbooks. No choice on what those 3 are. You could get lucky and get your playbook. You really could. But at that caveat, you got to still use that team's defense. And I don't know anybody who uses the same offensive and defensive playbooks.
That is very true. Very true. So let's acknowledge some of the guys in the league that actually made it to the next phase of the classic. And I know we have Dimes made it, B-Guard made it, Assassin made it, Woody made it, right? Woody made it. Woody made it. I'm sure Burko made it. Definitely.
Taylor Made
made it. Taylor Made definitely made it. I hope he kept calls off. He said he wasn't going to be able to play because he has to work. But call off. Take the day off, man.
For real.
Just take the day off.
You
bro.
ain't got no vacation.
Off.
Nah, they ain't got no vacation.
Yeah, take the day off, man, and just make sure you do what you got to do, man. And when get your money, bro. You know what I'm saying? Also, Jameer Ellerby made it in the PS4 league. Did Sprint make it?
Yeah, Sprint made it.
Oh, okay, Sprint made it.
I'm pretty sure most of the guys in Toxic Boys made it.
Okay.
Most of the guys.
Okay. Did Bronco make it?
I think he did.
Okay, Bronco made it. So, that's what's up, man. So shout out to all those dudes. Ben Naw made it. Definitely shout out to him because that's a guy that a lot of people may not be familiar with. He has the Buccaneers in the Xbox Pro League, and he's been doing a lot of damage. He's great with managing his team. As you guys will get a report card at the end of the season. Sim guys, you guys are gonna get your report cards first. It's based on your quality of play, quality of managing your team, and then the effort you put into scheduling your games. You guys will be graded on those things, and you get a report card, and that will determine what league you will be placed in next year. So that's why I say you want to make sure you schedule your games on time, make sure you punctual, make sure you're doing all that stuff.
So I'm not eligible for the Sim League?
No, you're not.
Yes, you are eligible for the Sim League.
No, you'll never be eligible for the Sim League. And you won't be in that league next year. Ever.
Bring him back.
No, he won't be.
Bring him back.
You might not even be. Well, some guys just had no business in the Sim League to begin with. And those report cards and those grades will determine what league you'll be eligible to apply for in Madden 22. That's something else that will be implemented too, so that certain guys won't be in leagues where they're just dominating completely and nobody else has a chance to win.
So when we kicking off Dimes? Like, does Dimes get his own league?
Dimes, we're working on that now. We're trying to plan something special for Dimes because Dimes seems to be dominating just the pro league, and that seems to be the league with the most qualified players to compete against them. He's just beating you guys like you guys aren't
qualified.
Yeah,
I thought that was called the fantasy league. He did just like V-Guard don't have a sim championship. Dimes don't have a championship. So
yeah, I don't have the JV championship. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
How'd you do when you played in the JV?
Hey man, JV different. We'll say that JV's different.
It is different.
So yeah,
it is different.
We definitely got some things that will be implemented into next year. That'll roll into next year as far as the fantasy league rolling into 22, the tournaments, and then doing the yard thing. Also be something fun to kind of implement into the Madden Underground atmosphere get the competitive juices flowing and make sure something happens. I want to also talk about, we got a lot of NFL news going on this week, fellas. Carson Wentz going to the Colts. That's kind of a big deal. Deal. How do you think that's going to impact Madden? I don't like it because the Colts are going to have a usable quarterback for the first time in a long time. Since
Well, define usable.
Phillip Rivers, you weren't going to do much with Phillip Rivers. Andrew Luck.
Madden wise, it's an upgrade for the Colts. I mean, it's an upgrade for the Colts, Madden.
Yeah, I mean, all right.
Madden wise, definitely an upgrade for the Colts. You got a mobile quarterback with somewhat of an arm. May not be the most accurate arm, but he has an arm, so definitely.
He does have an arm.
Yeah.
There is an arm there.
There is an arm there. I don't know how accurate that arm is, per se, but, and then he
wait. What's with all that hate? I mean, Bigger, we know how much you love the Eagles. This is his OC. This is where he was successful.
I'm not mad at him. I'm not mad at him. I am mad at the Eagles organization, okay? It's the Eagles organization that I'm disgusted with. As you can see, I've got no beanie on. I've got no hat because those losers don't deserve my love. Until they get their front office figured out, they don't get no love on this.
Wait.
I'm mad that we
see. It's not for us to see your locks. It's not for us to see your flowing locks.
No.
It was a promo the whole time.
It was. I'm a diehard Eagles fan, and those losers don't get no love until Howie Roseman has lost his job. Howie Roseman loses his job.
Someone in the chat is saying that he was an MVP caliber player at one point in time.
That's right. Right.
Yep. He was.
So he's going back. He's going to be back with Frank Reich. We'll see how that pans out. I think he's going to have a great year. I don't like it. Yeah. I wish him the worst year ever because my team's in that division. But
I was just about to say, absolutely.
But I think it's a possibility he could have a great year.
You want to know why he's gonna have? You know why he's gonna be good in Indianapolis? Because he doesn't have a bozo like Howie Roseman as his GM.
Yeah, that might.
Look, Justin Jefferson's right here. He's right here for the taking. Now let's take Jalen Reagor. Okay, that's fine. Okay. All right. The year before.
Dr. Mess in the building. What's good, Dr. Mess?
Philly. Hold on, Philly. DK Metcalf right here. DK Metcalf right here in the second round. No, let's take JJ Ortega-Whiteside, who can't even get on the field. Yep. Howie Roseman, get out.
When was the last time you won a championship?
2017.
Snipes. When was the last time the Giants won a championship?
2011.
Ryan, when was the last time the Titans won a championship?
What I get drug into this for? What are you bringing me into this for? I had nothing. I wouldn't take no shots. I just catch it straight out of nowhere, right?
Scandalous. Hey man, the point is this: the Eagles won the chip. Okay, they won the chip most recently compared to the Giants, the Titans, and the Jets. So what is he really upset about?
Because we could have had more. We could have had more. Like the following year, we barely get into the wild card game. The next year, barely in the wild card game. And then it falls apart in 3 years. You know who else had a Super Bowl win and then went on this long-ass drought until they just recently won another one? The Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They had the greatest defense, one of the greatest defenses ever, and then lost it overnight. Wow. That's what happened to the Philadelphia Eagles right there.
Wow. Well, I see someone's taking this pretty hard. There's J.J. Watt is also on the market. He still hasn't selected a team yet. What team would you like to see J.J. Watt on for Madden purposes?
I want to see him on the Steelers for Madden purposes.
Madden purposes? Steelers? Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I want to see him on. I want to see him teamed up with his brother. That would be interesting to play with. It really would.
Reason what scares me about him landing on the Steelers is because they already have Hargraves. They have Stephen Tuitt. They have Hayward. And then you add J.J. Watt to that mix. Oh, my God. That would be crazy.
Yes.
Bud Dupree. Bush, Devin Bush, all those cats. Like that would be scary, man. That would be
barring if they can, catch footballs, they could go pretty far, what I'm saying? But, they like to drop footballs a lot, but.
Yeah, I think the emphasis on the Steelers is probably the quarterback position and a legitimate number one receiver because Juju is not a number one.
No,
he's
not
gone.
at all.
I think Juju's a Jet next year.
Yeah, he might be a Jet next year. He might be. Him and Sam Darnold reconnecting, trying to figure it out. Corvette, So yeah, I don't know. He might be in a Corvette to New York. I don't. They definitely need somebody else to help him out. But I see.
He would be well.
In Philly,
He would be well.
I got a question for you, Philly, because we call you Philly
Certainly.
guy. Philly guy who lives in Oakland. We want
now.
I know, but you should be Oakland guy now. But Philly guy who lives in Oakland, who is a Jets fan and not an Eagles fan.
So weird.
How?
What are you talking about? If you know me,
Who is a Knicks fan and not a Sixers fan?
So what's the question? Is there a question?
I'm trying to figure out like what's up with that, man. You have all you possess all the traits of a person from Philadelphia except when it comes to sports teams.
Right. Okay. So from Philadelphia by way of New York. Okay. So I was born in New York, lived there for 10 years, and then we moved.
No,
so
I'm asking about the sports.
No, I'm telling you, that's where the New York connection.
He's saying your name is now questionable, bro. Everybody's saying your name is questionable in the chat. They're saying
Manhattan Man. That's who he is. Manhattan Man. That's what we
Mr.
know.
Manhattan.
Okay, well, first of all,
Mr. Manhattan.
First of all, I didn't give myself this nickname. The only reason I got this nickname was because when I moved out to the West Coast, people only remembered where I was from, and they started calling me Philly guy. But when I was playing in Game Time Philly, this wasn't my nickname. So
what was your nickname when you was in Game Time Philly?
Oh, I had two.
Okay, wait.
So,
This is breaking
This
news
is
because
exclusive content.
Yeah, because I've never known you by anything other than Philly guy, and I just learned your real name like a year ago, and I've known you for like
I still have
20 years.
I still have no idea what his real name is.
Yeah,
that's all right. That's all right.
Like if somebody asked me who you were, I'd have to tell them Philly guy. They'd be like, "You screwing with me."
Well, the Philly guy nickname stuck because Game Time Philly thought it was funny that nobody could remember my name, and so
your nickname was Stardust.
What'd you say?
Stardust. You used to go by Stardust, bro?
You got more guesses, Brian James. It was not Stardust.
Okay.
But no, my first name when I joined Game Time Philly, my first name was Babyface Assassin.
Babyface Assassin. Okay.
I don't believe that for a second.
Okay, well, we
babyface part, the babyface part, but I've never seen you without a beard.
Okay. So that was my. And then when I started having success in Game Time Philly, when I rose through the ranks and became one of the top ballers in Game Time Philly, my nickname that season when I moved out to Cali, it was the Great One. And the reason why.
All right, Philly guy it is. Moving along. So we're gonna go with Philly guy because he's throwing out some crazy aliases that he has yet to live up to. So we're gonna go with Philly guy.
Hold on. You know what? That's not even fair.
Baby, smooth baby face assassin.
Right.
Great one.
End with this.
Okay.
Who called you the Great One?
Nobody called him the Great One.
Hold on, no, time out. Like I said,
who was the man who gave you that?
Hold on, nicknames were given. Okay, in my heyday, I was definitely that dude, but I had no responsibilities. Played this 24/7. I was definitely that dude. Even before the flip glitch, I was that dude. And I would.
You said the quick glitch.
I would say.
The quick glitch.
I would let my team. I would let you pick my team, and I would take your money. So I'm just saying, that's a long time ago.
Babyface Assassin's a Assassin's a good nickname. The Great One's the Great One.
Hey,
that's a terrible nickname.
Hey, Great One.
Hey, you know what? Like
Who
I said,
gave you that nickname?
It was given to both of them. I respect them both. I earned both of them, and it is what it is. But I'm Philly guy now.
Okay. Okay.
Fast forward 25 years later.
Okay. Well, Philly guy. We're gonna go into these power rankings real quick on the Xbox Pro and PS4 Pro side of things. Gonna check him out. I'm gonna go.
No sim.
No sim this week. We're gonna let sim kind of pan out. It's kind of tight, kind of hard to decipher who's what. You know, it's a swamp over there. A lot of swamp water, a lot of weed and swampy things. You know. But anyways, let's get over there. Power rankings. So we're gonna talk about Xbox. We got Woody at the top of the power rankings. He's the only undefeated team at the moment, 7-0. That puts Dimes at number 2 in Xbox Pro. So it's been a while.
Who beat him?
Who beat Dimes?
Who beat Dimes?
Who beat Dimes?
Who beat Dimes?
Yeah.
Who the hell?
You know what?
Who beat Dimes?
Let's check the schedule real quick.
Who beat Dimes?
Yeah, because I don't know.
Who beat him?
That game wasn't
Who is
televised.
that?
Wow.
Wow,
I
the
don't think it was.
user. Who's the Titan user?
I know the Titan user is me, but there's no way in the world I could beat Dimes.
No, it says right here.
Oh.
35-28.
Oh,
yeah.
Titans.
Yes.
Hey,
Okay.
hey, Gucci.
Wow.
Anyways, let's get back to it. You know,
Won a Super Bowl.
Nah, hey, well, you know, it is what it is.
What's the Titans record?
We ain't gonna talk about that record. Records.
That's all right.
It's
No,
not
that's okay.
not bad, not too bad. But so we got Burko at number 3. We got B Guard at number 4. We got MP at number 5.
Mm-hmm.
Drag at number 6. We got Ghost at number 7.
Okay.
Nunley Bunsby at number 8. We got Henry Batten at number 9. And we got Daniel Jones at number 10 with those Jaguars. Anybody want to talk about those Jaguars? Anybody want to talk about those Jaguars? Jaguars been on the hot streak right now, man. They're playing pretty good. I want to commend the Jaguars. Jags almost beat Dimes too. Dimes beat him by a touchdown in their matchup, and they actually play today. They actually have a matchup today, so they should be locking in today. That'll be a great game to catch up on. Okay, somebody start playing music, but
My bad.
That wasn't me.
that was
I think that was Golden Eyes.
Yeah.
Golden Eyes is coming up.
That wasn't. What Snipes just admitted it was him.
Yeah. That was me. That's my bad.
I thought he was taking.
I was hoping I didn't come back from the transition and Philly was voguing in the camera, and I would have been like, yo, like
That would have been great. That would have been great.
I definitely would have hit the eject button. It just eject.
What?
Ejected you out.
When have you ever seen me bowling?
Hey man, I've seen a lot of things transpired in Philly, and then in Vegas when we was out there for that tournament that I wish to never speak of again, and I would never go into the details of what happened out there on the air. But yeah, so ain't no telling.
Okay.
But yeah, let's get back to these power rankings. On the PS4 side, let's go over the top 10 in the PS4. Dimes is
Definitely
at the top. Dimes is definitely at the top in PS4. He's the Ravens, number 1. Number 2, we got Terrell Bush. Number 3, we got Double R with them Jaguars. Number 4, we got G with the Dolphins. He made that transaction to get Khalil Mack, and it's definitely paying off because he's number 4 in the league right now.
Yeah, it is. I faced him today, and Khalil Mack killed me today.
Dang it. And you got your guy Chris Jefferson came over that's not him. That's Panthers number 5 with B Guard. Cardinals number 6. That's Sprint. Number 7 is Jay Douglas returning to the PS4 Pro League and actually playing his games this year. He's in the number 7 slot. Assassin's number 8. Chris Jefferson is number 9. And number 10, rounding out the top 10, is Jelly. Another toxic boy at number 10. You know, if you guys have noticed, the Browns are number 17.
What's going on?
I don't know. He's not winning like he normally wins. That leads me to a question for B Guard. Is the jig up for the Browns?
I don't know, man. Like
Kobo came with a lot of controversy. He came with the hype. Came in whooping ass and taking names. And now
I don't know, man. I mean, he took his first 2 seasons in here. He lost in the playoffs both times to Dimes.
Mm-hmm.
And I think maybe he's lost a little motivation, and that might be why you see him at 17. It's maybe the motivation's gone. Like,
you know who's at 16? You know who's at 16? Right above him? Me.
Who'd that be?
I'm above Kobo right now.
Oh,
so
you.
Kobo, take that, Kobo, young man.
Damn, you just having the best man week of your life, ain't
Hey,
you?
let me tell you something. I played Dimes in Pro, in PS4 Pro.
Yeah.
I should have beat him. Should have beat him again.
Yeah.
I felt bad.
Did you stop running the thing that worked?
Actually, I kept running it. He was prepared for it this time. But keep this in mind. I had the lead for a while. He took the lead at the end, won the game. Couldn't do nothing about it. But hey, Dimes, the jig is up, bro. I know what you do now. I'm familiar with it. You know, the EA keep patching stuff, and you know, I might win more. So keep a lookout for me whooping on Dimes more often. If you see my name pops up on the Twitch, you see my notification go off, it might be me beating up on Dimes. You know, I'm not bragging. I'm just saying what you might see if you tune in. I got it. You have to be 18 to watch me brutally beat up on Dimes like I do now. Just letting you guys know that, you know, parental advisory is advised.
He ain't never gonna live this one down.
He's never gonna let me beat him again. He's never gonna let me beat him again. But I'm not saying that he let me beat him, but you know, I had the upper hand. He had the lower hand. He was losing, and he didn't win. So just gonna leave it at that.
I think Kobo was fine.
Sounds weird when you say it like that. The lower hand could be anywhere.
I mean, y'all can't throw him under the bus. Kobo has, he's got some other. And
I heard they were going back to school. That's what I've been hearing. School's going back. School's back in session.
That might be it.
That might be it.
That might be it. Yeah.
I heard school is back in session. The young man got homework now. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Can't focus on the Madden studies when you got to do the book studies.
That's right.
Yep.
Could be. You know, so you never know. But like I said, if you guys got the opportunity, when you guys hit the notification button, if you're watching, tuned in, hit the notification on Twitch if you're watching. Follow us on Facebook. Get those notifications so you can catch these games. We got a lot of good games coming up. We're gonna have the commentary coming back for these games of the week. Hopefully, we can get Snipes in on some of them. Get Philly guy on some of them. B-Guard got to get B-Guard's mostly down for whatever. He's that kind of guy. You can tell by his hair. But yeah, so we definitely gonna get it in, man. B-Guard also had a question for you too, man. Being that you qualified for the classic, will you be trying to do the same for the challenge as well?
Sure.
Okay.
Why not?
I think that makes things a lot more interesting because I feel like the club series, I couldn't really legitimize the club series because you didn't participate in it. Had you participated in it, I think that may have been a domino effect. It may have changed a lot of things. You know, it may have been that missing Infinity Stone. You know, that probably changed the way the club series panned out. But you know, you never know.
Hey, maybe, possibly, you never know.
Okay. Oh, go ahead.
I mean, it doesn't cost a couple $1,000s to compete in these, so I'm game for them. Like with Club Series, you didn't drop $1,000 on Ultimate Team. You were playing with one arm tied behind your back, pretty much. Yeah, the payola is coming to an end. $5 opposed to spending $300, $600 on your team. I think that's more reasonable, and I think that's what they should kind of stick with. Even if you're gonna go the MUT route. I'm not a fan of it. I don't like you having tournaments on MUT where you got to pay to build a team to get them to a certain extent. Like the way they did this, that's how they should do every tournament. I'm not finna, if I was spending that kind of money and I had bills to pay and things of that nature to do to cover and stuff like that, it's definitely gonna be to the bills. I'm not finna spend $600 on a team and then I got car note due, insurance due, and all that stuff. So to everybody out there, this is an opportunity where you do not have to come out the pocket hundreds of dollars to compete. This is an opportunity for you to sign up and like I said, this Friday, sign up, register, and get ready to compete on the 13th and 14th if you interested in playing in the challenge. And what mode is it again, B-Guard? Draft Champions.
Draft Champions.
MUT Draft is probably what it's called.
Yeah, MUT Draft. Whatever it's called. But hey, make sure you guys sign up, register, and start qualifying, man. How many games? Will it be the same format or will it be that active ladder?
You got to to even qualify to even make the final 512. You have to play at least 4 games. You can play more if you want to. Now, if you go like 0-4, you got to play more to even have a chance to qualify. But like usually, if you go 4-0, you win all 4 of your games, you're set. Like there's not like going 4-0 is really tough. Like if you go 4-0, you're set. If you want to play more just to get more seeding, you can do that too.
Okay. I like it. Shout out to everybody that tuned in today. Shout out to the people that tuned in on Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, wherever you may be watching. We appreciate your viewership. We're gonna have some great things coming your way real soon. So make sure you guys hit that follow button. I want to encourage you guys to hit that follow button because we got some great things coming as well. Anything you wanted to say before we get out of here, Philly?
We got one more segment. Hold up now. We got one more segment.
Yeah. Is it
the one more
contenders
segment.
Or pretenders? Is that what we're talking about?
That's right. That's right. Philly guys' favorite game in the world. Contender or pretender, where we go over a couple teams in we're going to do Xbox Pro and PS4 Pro. Maybe not PS4 Pro because I don't think Philly is too up with PS4.
Well, you can talk about you can talk about PS4. You can talk about PS4.
I could. Snipes could.
He can play with Snipes.
All right. So we're gonna do Xbox. I'm gonna give you maybe 2 or 3 teams who we think could be a team to watch or a team that not as good as the record shows. All right. First team I got for you. We got the Falcons at 5-2. Are they contenders or pretenders? Or they're 6-2. I'm sorry. Contender or pretender? That is Shift God Cole, by the way.
I'm going to say he's a contender. Here's why. He created a post, and there's a lot of money on the line. So he's definitely practicing and playing his ass off. And I've had a chance to see him grow into this role. So I know he's an accomplishment. So he's a contender.
All right. The next one. The Jaguars at 5-2. Contender or pretender? The new guy in the league.
Ooh. I'm gonna go with pretender.
Pretender? You calling Daniel Jones a pretender? Is it because his name is Daniel Jones and he has a new Facebook page and he has no prior history to even existing outside of that Facebook page? Is that what you're saying?
You know what? I appreciate the anonymity. I like that whole Westworld thing. It's all good. But it's when you say a contender in the AFC and you're in Dimes' division. I mean, that's a stretch. So if he wasn't in the AFC South, maybe we could consider a little different. He's in the AFC South, and he's not winning the division, which means that he has to get a wild card. And I don't know if he can do that. I definitely the gauntlet, the way MP ran the gauntlet in the NFC.
Okay, last one from Xbox. The Minnesota Vikings, controlled by Drag. They are 6-2 currently in the division.
Okay, I'm going contender. And I'm gonna tell you, he's in a division where nobody is familiar with each other. Okay, and he's new to the league, and I think that really is in his favor. So I think that you got to go up against V-Guard, and he clearly plays top level competition. So I don't think that you get to be 6-2 in that division with a chance to win it and not be a contender.
Okay. All right. So PS4, got to bring up the rankings. So, Dolphins. You played the Dolphins. Are they a contender or are they a pretender?
If he continues to play the way he's playing right now, and the fact that he has the fact that he has J.J. Watt, which is dominating, and also Khalil Mack on defense. He's got those two guys on one defense. Okay. He's playing lights out right now. I'm gonna say contender.
Okay. So we're gonna go with Jelly next. The Rams. I don't know what their record is. I think they're 10th. I think they'd be around 5-2, or somewhere around there. Contender or pretender?
I'm teetering on that one, but I'm gonna say right now, pretender. The only reason I'm gonna say that is because it's just sometimes like near the end of the season, it kind of just gets low. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't look good at the end of the season. That's why I'll say pretender right now. He's a solid player. Don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? And I think if he steps it up at the end of the season, he can be a contender. But right now, he's a pretender.
Okay.
Team with Terrell Bush, Brian James. Is that the Cowboys?
Yeah, Cowboys.
That's the last one. Cowboys. I think that they're undefeated.
Yeah.
Okay. Contender or pretender?
As of right now, I got to say contender. Undefeated. You're doing work right now. You know what I mean? So, barring any mishaps with patches or whatever, I'm not sure exactly what he's doing. I think I may have watched one game of his.
I watched him
but he
get
was
dismantled by B-Guard in the playoffs. That wasn't pretty.
Yeah.
That happens to a lot of people, man.
Yeah.
You all right. You ain't the best, but you pretty solid, I guess.
But yeah, I'll say contender for him then. For sure.
All right, and I think we can do Sim League next week.
Yeah, Sim League next week. But before we get out of here, I got Snipes here. Since we got Snipes here, we were talking. Me and him had a lot of conversation about MLB. You say you can actually play it now, right?
Yeah, you can actually. If you're on Xbox, you just have to be a part of the what is it called? The Insider Hub. So if you have the Insider Hub downloaded, you should be able to go in there and check out the tech test. Okay. And you're able to play a bunch of different games. They're doing some daily things all the way to March 1st. It's out to March 1st right now.
Okay.
And let me say right now, people, and I know we're a Madden show, okay? I get it. But let me say right now, people, when the final copy of that game comes out, because this tech test is impressive already. If anybody's played it already, this tech test is impressive already. Okay. That bar none is going to be the best sport game available. Period. End of story. It is.
Okay.
End of story.
That leads me to another question, right? Because you're telling me that it's cross-platform.
Yes, cross-platform, cross-play.
Cross-play. So that means that PS5, PS4,
yep,
Xbox One,
yep,
Xbox Series X and S,
yep,
all play together.
Yes, they've done it already. Please take notes, EA. Please.
Yo, wait. So
I'll tell you a reason why that won't happen.
We know the reason. Okay, let me get this correct.
I got an idea.
Let me get this correct though. So you mean to tell me Xbox Series X, Xbox One, regular current gen, PS5 next gen, PS4 current gen can all play together in a gaming orgy. You saying?
Yes.
Okay. So
yes.
Okay. So that's.
I was about to talk about Las Vegas.
Hey. Hey. So the
stop breaking the rules.
Hey man. Hey. So
the cross-gender orgy, huh?
Hey. So
is that what happened?
Hey, I don't know what he's talking about.
Hey, real quick.
Stuff.
Real quick too, while we're sitting here talking about that as well too, because I actually played it on both. I played the tech test on both of them, and I will say, as of right now, it is a lot more fluid if you have a Series X. A lot more fluid.
I actually have a Series X.
So already it sounds crazy, but Sony is making a game that is playing better on Xbox Series X.
And you heard it here first. Snipes is the guy that always has the information on the latest technology. If you have a question about what computer to get, what's the latest software, if you're thinking about streaming, what's the latest gadgets you need to stream, Snipes is the guy to ask because he always knows what's popping. He always has the latest. He always has the most If it's out of date, he don't know nothing about it because he don't own it.
I just got a new toy that I'm talking into right now. I mean, not the mic, but this unit. I think I sent you a picture.
Yeah. The mixer. You got a new mixer. So I'm like, hey, if you want to know the latest, definitely talk to Snipes. But we definitely looking forward to that MLB The Show. I'm actually gonna try it out tonight, and maybe next week when we get back on the show, we can discuss it a little bit more. Maybe everybody get a chance to try to test it out.
Definitely.
See how it feels, and then we can talk about that a little bit more on the show. But in regards to Madden possibly being cross-platform, B-Guard, tell us why that will never happen, like you alluded to earlier. Money, right? Money?
Yeah, man. Why the hell would they make it cross-platform when they can make you get 2 consoles? They can make you get Madden on 2 systems and pay for 2 Ultimate Teams. Why the hell would they say, nah, forget that? You only need 1 to do that. Like, why would they do that?
The same way Diamond Dynasty is doing it right now on MLB The Show.
Here's the problem. This is the first year on Xbox. So they're bringing in new customers because a lot of people don't only get 1 console. A lot of people only get the 1 console. And if you had Xbox for the longest time, you did not have MLB The Show. Now you do. So now you can be like, okay, like I've heard great things about this game. I might get it now because now it's on Xbox. Well, EA don't have that caveat where, okay, like it was never an exclusive to 1 console. Like Madden's always been open to every console. So why would they say, like, why would we do cross-platform on Ultimate Team? Like maybe they do CFM, maybe like CFM because that's not going to hurt their pocketbook.
I get what you're saying there. I get what you're saying there. I do agree. I do agree in that sense. I think if they were to do crossplay, it might not be CFM, but let's wait. Obviously, because the show comes out, I believe, April 16th for anybody that buys the early access copies, and it's April 20th, for everybody else. So I say what we do basically is wait until that time, and it's well before Madden 22 drops. Wait until that time, and let's see how Diamond Dynasty works out. Because big time players still are playing Diamond Dynasty. Problem's playing Diamond Dynasty. When he gets on there, he plays it like crazy.
Right, but like I said, he's always gotten both consoles, so he's always going to have the option to go to PlayStation and play that, and he's done that for years.
Yeah,
I'm saying is they're bringing in a new customer base just by making it okay. We're going to let Xbox play on this now. Because now you're going to get more customers playing Diamond Dynasty just off that, where EA has no like financial benefit to make Ultimate Team crossplay. Like it would hurt. I feel like it would hurt their pocketbooks in the long run because there are people who have Ultimate Teams on both consoles. And when you get told, hey, now you only have to have 1 and you can play on either console, like. A higher up at EA is gonna be like, whoa, hey there, buddy. Like, why would we do that when we can make you pay for 2?
Well, but that's the answer right there. That's the answer right there. Okay. If you restrict MUT from being crossplay, then what? But everything else is. Then what?
That would be a reasonable. So that would be a reasonable solution. You can't have your.
That.
Yeah, I would like that. I would rock with that. I would rock with that.
Because like CFMs would be so much easier to fill. Like, and I think they'd be more exclusive too. Yeah. Like,
it'd be best of the best at that point. Now it's best of the best. It doesn't matter what console. It's best of the best now if you get CFMs to be able to go crossplay. I mean, it's best of the best now at that point.
Even when you talk about tournament play, we think about having a tournament.
Yeah.
You can have all. You don't have to say, "Oh, this guy." We don't have to throw 2 tournaments. Oh, invitational, Xbox invitational, PS4 invitational.
It's just have one invitational,
and everybody locks in. And that's what I think. Like that makes everything easier in a sense. Now, if you want to talk about MUT and make people play for MUT, we already know the people that play MUT already want to break the bank. They down to break the bank. Why not cater to the audience that ain't willing to? You know, so I'm saying, like, if that's the case, then let's have something for everybody. Give a little something for everybody. A little cross play here. You know, we don't have to cross over into Mutt. You know, I'm not tripping on Mutt. I hardly play Mutt. But if they were to do that, allow it to be cross platform, but you know, except for Mutt, so that they can still make their money. That fan base is still gonna pay the money.
I totally agree with that. But these guys think what's going to make us money. Mm-hmm. They always think with their wallets first. They're not going to look at it as like, okay, we can't do it with Mutt, but we can do it with CFM. We can do it with online head-to-head. They don't think like that. They think about what is going to make me money. Like, oh, okay, so putting this cross-platform is not going to make me money. Out the door.
Out the door.
Like,
you know what? I'm sorry. I just have to disagree. That's why we're seeing that I think we all love with the classic and is because exactly what you said. Something for everybody. Cross-platform. Something for everybody. Right? So, yes, you have Mutt, but you're alienating a large part of your fan base that keeps saying, hey, you know what? You spend all the money on the butt cards, but shit, catch me with the regs and see what happens. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, they've been doing that for years, though. They've been alienating that crowd for years. There's a reason why they had a trend on Twitter like fix Madden franchise. They've been alienating that crowd for years. Why would they stop now?
But I think that like what Philly's talking about though is like this year was probably the roughest situation with EA, and they really felt it. So if they alienate anybody come next season, you might really get people that now say, I'm not spending any money on your stuff. You might finally get that. Now, granted, listen, there's still people that's still going to play like us. We're still going to play CFM. You know what I mean? Because we don't have to spend money on CFM. We could buy the new game, play CFM. We don't have to touch Mutt. You know what I mean? If we don't want to. Some people do, but we don't have to touch Mutt. But other people out there, they're going to look at this and finally say, you know what? I'm not spending any money on this because this is BS that you're now alienating our situation. You know what I'm saying?
Think about how many guys that last year were in the league that this year don't even play Madden no more.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like
it's gonna get bigger.
And think about since we started doing this, the guys that you say, oh, what happened to such and such? He like, oh, he don't even play Madden no more. And that has a lot to do with the quality of the game. They may not be the best players, but just them, they're not being anything in the game for them. You know what I mean? There's nothing for you here. Like, we imagine going to a store and you got a pocket full of cash. You like, I want to spend something, and you go there and they're like, hey, we got nothing for you. You know what I mean? It's gonna be like, oh well, whatever, you know. But yeah, it's a lot of people. They're losing a lot of people that playing the game. Although they're making a lot of money off the people that consistently do play it.
Definitely.
So
definitely,
it's kind of like a catch-22. But
yeah,
it is what it is. I would just think just that out of quality assurance and wanting to be, you know, just give back to your own gaming community. You would want to cater to everybody within there. I know you're not going to be able to please everybody. It's going to be those guys that just suck at the game, that just buy the game, to complain about how much the game sucks. But for the
Call
guys,
of Duty does it.
Yeah, but I'm saying but you do want to make sure you have something for everybody. And I think it would be more of a benefit to do cross-play, cross-platform, or whatever, than not to do it. Although, if you're thinking with your pockets, like B-Guard says, it could be, significantly damaging. So, but we'll see. We'll see. But I want to thank everybody for tuning in to the podcast. We appreciate your viewership again. Hopefully see you guys next Wednesday. We air every Wednesday, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you guys lock in. You can follow those social media links on your screen right there. UG Madden on Twitter, Madden Underground on Facebook, and Madden Underground on YouTube if you want to catch a lot of old episodes of the podcast. You know, if you new, want to catch up, see what we've been talking about, see why everybody up here is mean to each other and things like that.
Watch Snipes go in and rob a Walmart, you know.
Yeah, there's definitely an episode where Snipes went in and robbed a Walmart. of everything.
That
he
was
just-
my
he
favorite
just
episode.
I was trying to figure out. He went to self checkout and just kept going. Just didn't check out. He just
He's in his car, put the gloves on,
got gloves on and mask on.
mask on.
And somebody told me going into the bank with a mask on and walking out with no money just felt weird. And I was like, wait, why would that make you feel? Well, I get it. I guess if you had a previous criminal background, you know.
He's like, that's a normal day.
Yeah.
Mask with the money.
You walk out with mask and money, you know what I'm saying? So, but hey, I thank you guys for tuning in. We'll be back next week, Wednesday, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Make sure you guys hit that like, follow, and subscribe. And if you on Twitter, Twitch, make sure you guys make some noise in that chat. We can see you guys in the chat too. If you guys, we can see you guys. So if you want to make some noise in the chat room, chime in, say something, talk crazy. We don't mind. And make your presence felt. Also, visit MaddenUnderground.com if you're interested in joining leagues or participating in what it is we have here. You want to participate, get in the mix. We got a lot of things coming up. Fantasy League coming up next month. Registration opens up for that in March. Make sure you guys get signed up for that when we open up registration. We'll keep you guys tuned, aware of what's going on the show, as well as the website. So make sure you guys keep it locked. See you guys next week.
Yes.